Hey, I think we're in business. Hey everybody, welcome back to Life with Me. I'm back with another video. And on this video, I'm trying a little something different. First of all, I'm recording with my GoPro. It's my first time recording with that. And you'll see before you, this is my everyday makeup that I'm using for the week, or my makeup. Okay, I just did a brain dump. But anyway, this is my makeup that I used for the week last week. So I wanted to talk a little bit about them and do some quick reviews on the items that I used. Now I don't have everything in here, so I won't be going over like for say lipsticks and stuff because I did not put them back. But let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I'm going to start with the foundations I used. I used 3 foundations this week, and they're actually skin tints. I used the Yves Saint Laurent Bare Look tint in the color 18. I used the Saie Slip tint in the color 8. Is that upside down? In the color 8. And I used the Becca. It's called the Light Shifter Dewing Tint. And I got this in Borealis 5.5. Now this has been discontinued because Becca went out of town. But of these 3, this was my favorite one to use this week. They all did their job. They all were nice skin tints that gave good coverage. But this one here was my favorite. But I think it's going for good. Okay, next up I also used a little some illuminators for my face that I've put all over my face. The first one was the Sephora brand one, which I don't think they sell anymore, and it's the Ultra Light. And I used the Kevyn Aucoin Glass Glow Face Illuminator in Spectrum Bronze. Both very nice. So if you want to add a little something to your foundation, you can put this on your face after your primer. I'll just show you what this one looks like. See? Nice. Very nice. And it feels, I think it's called a gloss. No, it is not. It just says glass glow for your face. But as you can see, you got that little glow, and it feels very good and it's comfortable on your skin. And this one, I'll just show you it to you, even though they don't sell it anymore, as a dropper. Let's put it right here. And this is what this one looks like. Oops. And yes, I have put far too much on my hand, but you can let me spread it out over here, because that is way too much. So you just put it all on your face, and you'll have like a slight glow. Okay, let's go ahead and wipe that off, because yeah. And of course, those type of things really are nice in the summertime, so you can have that bronzy look. So moving on from foundations, even though I'm not doing this in any type of order for your face, I did use 2 new primers this week. I used the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydro Primer, and I used the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Riser. And I like them both, but this By Terry was more hydrating. And this primerizer almost felt, it didn't make your face matte or anything, but it added something. I can't describe it, but the By Terry was more hydrating. Also for my eyes, I wanted to try these e.l.f. putty primers. I do not like these. I have it in the 2 darkest colors. This and this one. This is one I primarily use, but I don't like the feel of them on my eye. I don't want my eye primer to be so heavy. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these to the side because I don't think I need to use these anymore to see if I liked it or not. Next up, blush. Oh, I love this. I'll tell you that right now. The Danessa Myricks Dewy Cheek and Lip Palette. I have the one, it's the lighter color one. So I used it. I didn't use it for lips, but I use these two colors here for my cheeks. I use one day, one the other day, and then I mixed them. I really like this. And it didn't feel sticky. It didn't feel overly oily or overly dewy or anything. Perfect. I really love this. You know what? I might start doing it like I see other YouTubers do, where they rate everything they use and they tell you like how to rate it, like from 1 to 10 or whatever. Maybe I'll do that next time. All right, for concealers, I use a few concealers. I love them all. I really have great things to say about all of these concealers. This is the Neutrogena Radiant Creamy Concealer, the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer, and the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. All of these were great. All of them were great. I also use, this is an old one that I've had a while, the Maybelline Fit Me. I used that for my eyebrows one day. And I was trying to see if this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define, the concealer is fine, but I don't think it's dark enough for me to contour or bronze with. I was trying to do that with this one, but all of them were great concealers, so nothing bad to say about them. Just like these two things, this is one of them, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. I have 3, which is dark, and I have 4, which is deep. So I used the 3. This is the only product I've hit pan on, but it's not a lot of product in here, but I have hit pan on this. This is the one I use under my eye. That's 3. And 4 I use all over the face. That's 4 wonderful powders. And I also use her bronzer, and this is the Airbrush Bronzer, a matte bronzing filter for face and body. I have it in 4 deep. Once again, great bronzer. Charlotte Tilbury has great face products. All right, the next things I'm going to go over are up here. First of all, I wanted to use this Hourglass lighting palette volume 3. I have not used that, so I'm just going to push this to next week. And I did not use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Primrose palette, so this will be pushed to next week. That'll be one of my products for next week. So these were not used. I have not used them at all. But I did use 4 eyeshadow palettes. So I'm gonna go ahead and rate these. At number 4, which is the lowest, was the Beauty Crops Express Yourself eyeshadow palette with coffee extract. I like the color story. I do like the color story, but I do not like how these pans are so small. Also, it was hard to see on my eyes, so much so that one morning I had to use this twice this week. That's why I didn't use the Primrose palette, because one of those days I put it on my eyes and totally forgot because I couldn't see it that good, and went over my eyes again with concealer. So, but the second day when I just did a matte look, it was fine, but it's not really as pigmented as I would like it to be. Okay, number 3 would be this Lorac Pro palette, Noir. Very nice. I like this palette. The colors are a little dry, but it's very pigmented. This black's very pigmented. That's one of the colors I use. You can even see it. But yeah, very pigmented. I did like it. So that was a good palette. Number two. Number two would be this Rebels Nude by Colored Rain. It's a nice palette, very pigmented, blends well, everything. I love this color. I like the color range. When I first got it, I was not sure about the shimmers they had in here, but I used this green shimmer one day. It was sparkly, but it still looked very nice. I really like this palette. Very nice. By Colored Rain. And the last palette, number one, was the Brown Melanin Makeup's Melanin Fantasy eyeshadow palette. This palette is so pigmented and beautiful. Looks beautiful on the eyes. I love the color story. I've had this a few years, but haven't given it its due. I love these. I love how it has the mustard brown, yellow, orange, brown, and like a camel color brown, and all these the shimmers as well. I like this. I like the size, because some of these colors could be used for bronzer, for blush. So this can be a multi-use eyeshadow palette. Yeah, so that is all the stuff I used for this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be putting out the products that I'm going to be using next week in a couple of days. But that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.